Maxwell has switched it up.
He's still here.
Put something slightly lighter, but with more keys on it, on his lap.
Got a keyboard.
And we've got another game to show off. What game is this?
Today we're taking a look at The Binding of Isaac. This is an indie sort of roguelike game that came out. It's been out for a little while now, a couple of weeks at least, but it's developed almost entirely by Edmund McMillan, who makes up one half of Team Meat, who of course developed the wildly popular Super Meat Boy.
Yes,
so
that was a very great game.
That of course means the game is super awesome.
Cool. Now, as we jump in here, define for the folks at home what a roguelike is when you say that.
I mean, to put it in brief terms, basically it's a very difficult game that involves you going into a deep, dark, often randomly generated dungeon and sort of seeing how far in you can get, usually encountering some sort of set of random items, perhaps potions that can do random effects to your character, and basically they usually have a very high mortality rate, and it's basically just sort of an endurance run to see if you can actually make it all the way to the end.
All right, so let's watch you die in this game.
Yeah, let's watch me die horribly. So I'm playing not as Isaac, but as Magdalene, I believe her name is, one of the unlockable characters. As you can see, she is very sad.
She's so sad.
Because the story of The Binding of Isaac is that your mother, bless her heart, she watches too much Christian television, and she's heard the voice of God, and it has told her that her son, or in this case daughter, her soul is corrupt, and she must be saved.
God.
And so Isaac, or rather Magdalene's mother, she does her best to try to remove all of the evils from her child's life, but it just doesn't work. And God comes to her again and tells her that she must basically kill her offspring.
Ye gads.
I know. So it's a bad time.
This
so of
woman
course,
is not right.
the kid freaks, panics, finds a trap door.
My mom is psychotic. I'm freaking out.
My mom's gonna totally stab me with a knife.
Why don't you get that coin? What's the deal?
I can't get that coin because I don't have any bombs yet, and I gotta blow up these rocks.
You can't push the boulder?
Over here is the door that leads to the boss room. There's a boss in every stage.
You don't want to go there
I don't
yet?
want to go there just yet because in every, we're in basement one right now, and so in every area, there's a special item room. And that usually gives you some sort of really powerful item, usually maybe a piece of equipment or something to increase your stats. And I want to make sure I pick that up first. That'll help give me an edge in the coming battle. Ah, dang flies. So as you can see, just the general art style of this game is what really, it's what caught my eye at first. Oh yeah, here's the room I was talking about right here. It looks really cute at first, and then you kind of realize I'm weeping on piles of poop. And
wait, no, you're just shooting those rocks until they fall apart, right?
No, I'm crying and there's feces. My character, since she's kind of special, she starts out with that item called the Yum Heart, which you just saw me use, that replenishes one of the hearts on our heart meter.
That was
This
helpful.
item is the Kamikaze Suit. It's a dynamite vest that you can wear, and for the cost of 1 heart point, you can cause a massive explosion around your character.
Are you not
I'm
down
not going
with
to take that, though, because I don't want to hurt my character.
To heck with that.
Life is a precious resource in this game.
Why are they smiling?
They're smiling, but they're not really smiling. They're really sad and demonic. But yeah, this game is completely twisted. It looks cute at first because, it's all bubbly and cute.
Nice colors.
You've got decapitated heads that are bleeding everywhere. You've got gross gore left over. Later on, there are characters that leave pus and other forms of excrement all over the battlefield. It gets really gross really fast. I'm gonna go ahead and pass up the rooms that are down here because I've already hit the big item room. There's always an item shop too, but I don't really have any money just yet. So I'm gonna
take it to the boss.
Yeah, we're gonna take it to the boss and see if we can.
You don't want to go kamikaze?
No. I don't have any bombs yet either, which is a big disappointment. I really wish they'd given me some more bombs, but bombs are used to blow up rocks.
Are they maybe not in those rooms you're blowing off?
They could be, but I'm blowing them off.
Look,
good.
There you are.
Gemini is one of my more favorite
bosses.
I know. You can't hear him. I guess the folks at home can, but he makes terrible, gross, noises as he's chasing after you.
Wow.
And then he's got his little baby friend,
his little twin
attached to him,
buddy that isn't looking so healthy.
Yeah, he's not. He's having a little bit of trouble, but they're friends, they're buddies.
I guess you would be if you were trapped and linked together by some kind of umbilicus in a horrible hell.
Oh no!
demon
See,
pit.
look, and I've gone and I've killed his buddy, and now he's upset,
he's so
and he
angry.
wants a piece of me.
He's so angry.
But yeah, the bosses are also. It's not that the bosses gameplay makeup is random or anything, but there's a random set of bosses that you can encounter. This time I happened to encounter Gemini, but I could have also encountered, say, the Duke of Flies, who's sort of this bloated floating head that that has a giant mouth, and it'll open its mouth, and you can see inside it's just a horde of flies, and it'll cough out flies onto the battlefield that'll try to attack you. Picked up some
You
milk
earned your
there.
breakfast.
It
by...
increased my maximum health.
Oh, nice.
And we're gonna hop down the chute here into the next level. There's also these little interstitials that show the trials and tribulations of Isaac's life. As you can see, he's had it rough.
So you were supposed to be the guy there getting pants?
Yeah, the game assumes that you're playing as Isaac whenever it shows those
Fair
interstitials.
enough.
But I mean, you know, cut him some slack.
Sure.
So yeah, in addition to Magdalene, who I'm playing, I'm getting rocked by these flies. There's
you
also
avoid
Isaac.
those things?
You have to clear the room of enemies before the doors will open.
Sure.
I think in the case of like these normal doors, you can actually use bombs and
just
force
be like,
them open.
See you later.
Yeah,
you
and then you
flies.
don't have to fight the enemies inside. But I don't have any bombs. Oh hey, a tarot card. The tarot cards. Okay, so one of the awesome things that this game does, it doesn't tell you what anything does. So like I just picked up the Empress.
Yeah. Go into another room and use it on some enemies.
Yeah, who knows what it does.
Maybe
We're gonna
it'll
go in
kill
here.
them.
Let's see
Empress
what happens.
time.
Oh, it turned me into the monster form. I love the monster
Whoa.
form. So, yeah, I'm a super demon now.
What now?
I know. I can
You're
totally
shooting blood
I shoot
balls.
blood eyeballs at people. Totally gonna rock this guy. This is only gonna last until I clear the room and get out of here. So as you can see, the effects have
Oh
now
wow, those
worn
ones
off.
jump. Yay.
These ones jump. The Yum Heart, which I used earlier, has now recharged. You'll notice there's a little
it
white meter
recharges.
next to the item.
I see.
When I use it, it of course will exhaust, and then as I clear a room, it will regain a fraction of the meter. More powerful items, of course, recharge more slowly. The Yum Heart recharges at about a normal rate.
What would be a more powerful item?
More powerful item, one of them that I kind of like that kind of comes back to bite me in the rear is the Anarchist Cookbook. It basically summons a whole bunch of giant bombs just randomly across the map that will go off.
Oh geez.
They'll go off in staggered order, so it'll knock the other bombs all around and basically just causes a mess of explosions. And you know, it'll of course wipe out anything on the screen, but you could also get caught in the crossfire.
I see.
Bit of a double-edged sword.
These things are, you know, we've seen them before, but they're still gross.
They're still gross. Yeah, I was hoping we would stumble across some of the other enemy types. There are all sorts of enemy types in this game.
Beat these guys up and
I
go
know,
to
we'll
the
plow
next
into the
real
next
quick.
room here. There's a nickel, that's awesome. You get 5 monies. We'll go into the next room. This room, not a lot to see. There's some coins up there. There's an arena, and then if I open this door using a key, let's see what this does. I've never encountered this.
You picked up the Whore of
The
Babylon.
Whore of Babylon, curse up. I do believe what that item does, you remember that demon state you saw earlier?
Yes.
When I get down to my final like half bit of health, which I might against these enemies, I hate these enemies. I will turn back into that giant demon that you saw earlier.
Oh.
But yeah, these meat ones, these ones are super gross. There's actually, speaking of meat, there are a couple of Super Meat Boy references hidden in the game, perhaps in the form of certain items.
Fun. Go in that boss room.
I'm gonna go in this boss room. Probably not gonna survive.
Die horribly.
Down to my last bit. We're fighting Famine, one of the 4 horsemen, that a special type of boss that unlocks after you beat the game for the first time. Beating the game, it by no means signifies the end of your adventure with the Binding of Isaac. He did the whole chunk of health at once.
Dear diary, today I died. I was killed by
I got
this
killed
thing
by
in
this
some
thing.
basement.
Yep, it's a
All
sad,
that I
sad
owned my
story.
cat Guppy.
What I
Goodbye,
was
cruel world.
I was talking about,
You
beating
beat
the game.
and it's neat.
Beating the game, it unlocks new areas that you can explore. So like the first time you go through, there's like the basement, the caves, and then I think it's called the depths. And so those are like your 3 main areas. And then when you beat the game the first time, it opens up a new section at the end for you to explore. And then I think that happens 2, 3, maybe even 4, maybe only 3 times afterwards. So as you keep beating the game, you keep unlocking more. And there's like dozens and dozens of items to explore, tarot cards. We didn't get to see it, but there are pills that also do random effects. So there's just tons of ways to customize your character. You're always encountering something new. It's a lot of fun.
So pretty cool?
I highly recommend it.
Binding of Isaac?
Binding of Isaac, I'm going to try to get a review up sometime this week or early next week. But,
Okay.
it is out now on Steam. It's only $5. So yeah, you guys should check it out.